stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mumblet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the English Defence League radio show broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. Tonight, the title of the show this evening is English Defence League radio show, Father's Day, Men and More. I continue. Welcome to the English Defence League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell. And my panellist and wingman this evening is Dave Agador Milner. Tonight, we will touch on different topics, but much of the show will have to do with Father's Day. We celebrate who step up and take responsibility, not only to themselves, but for the generations to come. While the stream news outlets and fascist entertainers try to turn good non-Islamic men into covering women, the fathers, grandfathers, and real men continue to honour their obligations to our young people. They stand as an example, unreplaceable, for the civilised world of tomorrow. Foot soldiers, angels, Brexiteers, supporters of the cause, please call in with your stories honouring our great fathers on their day. No surrender ever. All that is necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. And of course that was by Edmund Burke. And those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. John F. Kennedy. So without further ado, let me bring, before I do, I'd like to give Dave a big high five, who set the show up for me. My family joined me yesterday. It was really an absolutely awesome day, and they spoiled me as usual. Bless them, to my family. God bless you, my grandchildren. But before I continue, I'd like to salute Dave for putting the show together tonight, a whole show on my behalf, and I really appreciate the great slides and the great script for this evening as well. So without further ado, let me introduce to you, to the one, the only, Mr. Dave Agador Milner. Good evening and good afternoon, Dave. I hope you're well, my friend.
Yes, and happy Father's Day evening to you, Jeff, and to everybody in the UK, all the fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers in the UK and in the United States. A happy Father's Day afternoon to you. Hope you guys are all out there being treated right, and a happy Father's Day indeed to everyone around the world and off Earth. Yes, Jeff. Today we've got quite a big show. It's going to be a manly show today. It's going to be a manly show talking about manly men and manly things.
I just put my manly underpants on, Dave, then.
That's right. It's time for the long pants, and it's time for it's time for talking about how much we appreciate the fathers and the grandfathers and everybody in our lives. This is one thing that does have to do, because there may be some people listening going, oh, wait a minute, I thought we were going to hear some stuff about the Islamic threat and all the things like that there. Okay, we have a guy.
Well, it's always been there,
folks,
isn't it, Dave? Whatever.
Yeah. Now, we've got a guy, folks, that comes in our chat room once in a while named Warpo Bite. And some time back when I was talking about fathers, he was saying, well, strong fathers aren't going to do anything to help in this crisis where Islam is at war with everybody else. And I disagree with that rather strongly, because what strong fathers do is that they raise strong sons who are prepared to defend their lands, their way of life, their culture from threats like Islam. All right, so strong fathers can have a good deal to do with that. They transmit to their sons and to their daughters too a sense of pride in where they live and an ability for their sons to think for themselves while understanding that our societies are, I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's real, Jeff. You know this. Our societies are the best. And we'll have an audio to play, by the way, that will kind of indicate some of that a little bit later. But for right now, Jeff, that was one of the things that kind of made me want to talk about Father's Day a little bit, and also there's already been some great groundwork done. People, if you want to hear a great Father's Day show, go to urbanfamilytalk.com and look for Lion Chasers Radio. That'll be down at the bottom as you go in there in that main web page. Look for Lion Chasers Radio with Lonnie Poindexter, and just give the show that he did Friday a listen. It's archived in there. And he went off, as sometimes Lonnie is wont to do. He had a show prepared with all sorts of subjects and things. Jeff, you know how it is. We get these things ready to go.
We do, don't we, Dave?
We do. But he was sidetracked very well, by the way, I must say, by something that Will Addison, who is the head of Urban Family Communications in the United States, wrote. And he published this. Jeff, I want to read a bit of this, if you don't mind. Published this on Thursday. He published this on Thursday, the 13th, and you guys, again, you can go to this. Go to Urban Family Talk, and it should be up there in the pictures there at the top. But it's you can still find it. You can, nothing else. You can use DuckDuckGo to find it. Don't use Google. Google will track you. But the title of it is A Father's Legacy, and I sent this over to Jeff. It was a tremendous thing, and Lonnie just knocked the ball out of the park with a tremendous show based on this, and doing things as only Lonnie Poindexter can.
He's one of our dear professionals. Well, in the capacity that we do, he really puts things together well, doesn't he, bro?
He does. Now, I'll go ahead and read this, or part of it anyway. With Father's Day approaching, I wanted to honor my own father, who has gone home to be with the Lord, by sharing something I haven't shared with a lot of people, something very close to my heart. All right. My dad was the rock and foundation of our family, not only to my immediate family, but also to the extended members and to some of my friends. I had the opportunity to give the eulogy at his funeral a few years back. On that day, I shared a message that still challenges me to be a better servant of God, a better husband, and a better father. I hope this is a blessing to every man who reads it. All right, here we go. Here's the message. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. One of the most important and powerful words at this time in my life is legacy. It's a word that excites me and haunts me at the same time. A legacy is an inheritance left behind by a predecessor or an ancestor. The word excites me because I see it in an opportunity to pass down greatness, to give to my kids and my culture something worthy of application to their lives. Passing down a righteous legacy is something that will make my heirs better. Now, guys, that's just the beginning of it. It's rather a long article, but it's definitely worth your time to go and look at. Just go to urbanfamilytalk.com, and you can find this. It's well worth the search, and it's well worth the read. It's called A Father's Legacy, and it's posted here by Wilbert Addison Jr., but it's Will Addison is what we call him. He honors his father enough to call himself professionally Wilbert Addison Jr. So that, Jeff, ought to show you the depth of honor that he has for his father. But brother, I'd like to get something from you. Now you didn't know I was going to ask you about this, so I'm going to do it anyhow.
Put me on the spot, are you, Mr. Milner?
Yeah, I want to put you on the spot a little bit, man. I want to put you on the spot because you not only are a father. Good, you're not only a father. You're a grandfather and a great grandfather. But you told me a story from the last time you were in the hospital. You had a visitation from a young man that wasn't even really your biological son, and he got a bit criticized for that by his mother. Now, this is the thing, guys. This is why I'm gonna put Jeff on the spot here a little bit, okay? Because Jeff told me what this young man told him, why he chose to visit him in the hospital, and why he chose to view him as a kind of a father, even though he wasn't his biological father. Jeff, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm with you now, Dave. I'm
All
with
right.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, go for it.
Yeah. Well, this Shane was my stepson, right, from my previous marriage, and of course, since my ex and me had split up, really truthfully, I didn't see too much of the rest of the family, but this young man, Shane, me and Shane didn't not always see eye to eye. He might be listening, but we didn't always see eye to eye. But the thing I used to do with Shane when he was a younger man, and I was a younger man, I used to always go and watch him play football. I was always proud of him, and I always thought he had the ability to become a really, really a great football player. I had my expectations, and he never forgot that. Like when I had gone through a divorce, quite a bitter divorce, and you know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody's been here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It can be very bitter, it can be very cruel, but we get on with it. And I don't think what really made me see the light, and I had actually seen Shane on numerous occasions in town. He'd always come up and we'd always talk and that. And he happened to be down at London. I think he was visiting family or something or other like that. And he heard that I was in hospital, and that I was quite, actually I was quite dangerously ill, ladies and gentlemen. Dave remembers that, didn't you, Dave? I was dangerously ill. I had a really, really close shave with the old Grim Reaper. And I told him to bugger off in the end, the Grim Reaper. I'm not interested. You're not going to catch me in that side. But anyway, cut the long story. When I was starting, I've been on all sorts of different things to help me come through, oxygen masks, this powerful oxygen thing. And then in the afternoon, Shane walked in, and there he was. He'd come up and he'd give me a cuddle. And I said, oh, wow. I said, I was really surprised to see him, and I didn't know that he would, but he did. And I said, Shane, your mother won't be too happy about it. He says, I don't care. He said to me, Jeff, he said, you was the only one who cared about me. He was a true dad to me. You come and watch me play football. You was always there for me. That moved me to tears. To think that even though me and his mother had gone our different ways, that Shane still loves his dad, his stepdad. He told me he loved me, and I said I've never stopped caring about you either, Shane. You know what I mean? But that is, it goes to show you what being a father is all about. Okay, he's my stepson, he's my biological, but that's the way I always brought my kids up, even my other family, my stepchildren. I always treated them the same way, and it was great to see Shane turn up, and it was quite. I was quite moved because his mother was very resentful about coming to see me. Why did you turn up? Why do you want to go there? Sort of thing. And he just turned around and said, I don't care what you say. Because obviously he went down to see his mum. She said, really not very nice towards him. And he said, well, he was the only one who really cared for me in that way. You never come and watch me play football. It was always Jeff. Jeff was always there for me. And it's why he was called, classed me as his dad. And there you go, guys. Dave, you took me a bit on the... You moved me a bit on the spot, but I mean, I've got that love with all my family, with all my boys. But my stepson, Shane, he's got a special place in my heart. He always will have. You've moved me there, Dave. It's took me on the spot a bit there, buddy. Thanks for that. It took me back. I remember the emotion I felt when I saw him. I thought, I was so pleased. I can't really say how I felt. Dave, I think you know me of old, and most of the listeners out there, if you know me, sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit. But where the kids are concerned, I always love my kids, no matter what. And I would have gone through hell for them. I have been through hell for them. I've been to prison for them. I'd still do it today. Well, I've been behind bars. I didn't go to a long prison, but I've been there for my kids. And I always would be. I'm too old now, but, that's the way I always thought. And, it shows you the respect later on in your life that they want to be there with you. When you're going through some hard times, they're there for you. I'd just like to let you know that our dear friend Football Bite has joined us this evening as well. So it's always good to see. I saw him swing across the... I saw him swing across the river. Yeah, my fingers are all rattling up the top there. But Dave. It was quite. You've moved me there, man.
Well, it's meant to move. It's meant to move everybody in a way. I mean, this was the example. When you told me about this some time ago, I said, that's a man right there, because, it is the way a dad acts. It doesn't matter whether the child came out of him, or came from him, or what. If he takes on that responsibility, then to me that's a dad, and especially if he tells a son, and I know this works on daughters too, but if he tells a son, the minute your dad tells you he's proud of you without qualifications, to the dads and granddads out there, never ever tell your son or your daughter, for that matter, I'm proud of you, but just say I'm proud of you. You do that, you're going to make that kid, especially that son, feel 10 feet tall. I mean, he's going to feel like the Hulk at that point because the man whose approval that he seeks has said that he's proud of him. And Jeff, you did it just by reflex. Weren't even thinking about it when you were talking about the thing, man. And that's it. I mean, it's the way that our fathers put out this responsibility, and it goes down generations. And I mean, we do honor mothers, of course we do. Okay, but Mother's Day and Father's Day seem to be different. Mother's Day is a big deal, and everybody seems to go all out. But in far too many families, now this didn't happen with Jeff's family, as you guys heard. They came down and made a special day for Jeff yesterday. But in far too many families, I mean, in far too many families, Father's Day just turns into, hey, Dad, Happy Father's Day. Here's a tie. I saw a meme. And it said, Mother's Day, everybody takes Mom out to a nice restaurant. Father's Day, everybody asks when Dad's going to grill. It's almost a complete reversal.
That is different with me, because my family come up to take me out for a meal. It's how that they would do it with the mother. So in that regards, where I'm concerned with my family, they want to take me out. They want to spoil me, and that's how I felt yesterday. It's a blessing. I just it's also a blessing to see your family turn up and see how happy they are, and you've got so much to catch up on, haven't you, Dave? That's what it's all about. And me being a dad, and sometimes I think, have I been I don't know if I've been a good father or not. And I said that once to my Ricky, and he said, excuse my language, he said, Dad, you was always there for us. Always, no matter what. You got in trouble for us. And I said, yeah, it's true, and I've always loved you. And that's like, I've never, some men are a bit, they get a bit embarrassed about telling their lads who are grown up that they love them. It's a man thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a manly thing, yeah. We know.
Yeah, but me, I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, that's never bothered me. I'll tell my kids I love her. Every time I speak to my sister, I'll tell her how much I love her. When I speak to Terry, I say, I love you, boy. I love you, Dad. And I think it's important to always say that, because, one day I'm not going to be able to say that, and I want my kids to know how much they mean to me, how much my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren mean to me. And like any father, would defend them to the death, no matter what. I've always done that, and so I've paid a heavy toll over the time. I'll be out there fighting on behalf of my kids, But it's just me. Not all men are like me, end up down the old build shop because you've called a mass riot where you live. Been there, done it. Class was in the fray. But I was defending Terry at the time, and he was about 6, 7, and a big lad attacked him. And the thing about it, I let Terry fight. I let him fight. But I knew that it weren't going to go nowhere. So Terry wasn't strong enough to handle this lad. He was a few years older than him. But what it was, I'd have just said, come on in, let's go home, boy. You didn't win that one night. That's what I used to say. But when this lad decided he wanted to kick my Terry in the face, that was it. I just pulled him away. Before I know it, I was surrounded by a lot of teenagers, threatening this, threatening that. And I just done no more. So I picked the bike up, I swung it out. I won't say it. Anyway, I got in a lot of trouble. I was under all sorts of pressure. tried to ask the police, look, you better try and sort this out before I had to sort it out myself. Oh, if you do that, you get in trouble. Well, if you're not going to do it, then I've got to do it. There's no way I'm going to have my family or me threatened by a bunch of mugs. I said, don't think I'm going to stand here. And anyway, cut a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, it ended up where that's what happened. There was a big kick-off. There was people lying everywhere. And of course, I got arrested for it. And a couple of the lads that was with me, it was my family members, my brother-in-law's mates. It was my brother-in-law's mates who come down because, as you know, Dave, Sue, she had multiple sclerosis, and this was another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Give her all that stress, so try to keep everything away from her because it upset her and made her really ill.
Right.
But anyway, as I say, I got done for that. And so, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I had been a naughty boy in my time. I've not been an angel in my time. But anyway, would I do it again? Of course I bloody would. You know, that's me. That's me. I'll do that for my lads. I'll do that for my grandchildren. Any in my family. Dave, I think I've said too much. I've just incriminated myself. The lefties must love me now. They'll be looking into it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, all you lefties out there, if you want to look back over the years, there's no records about me. It's spent, it's gone, it's finished. Okay, jog on. There you go, Dave. Just want to let them all know. Search
there you go.
You won't find nothing. Nothing. It's gone.
Well, there you are, Jeff. and that's one of the things though why I wanted to do a special show, and we wanted to do a special show. Is that we want to make a big deal out of fathers, just like people make a big deal out of mothers on Mother's Day, which they deserve, but fathers deserve just as much, and it's partly because fathers and men in general are under attack right now in our cultures, as put out in the script. If they're not Mohammedans, they're expected to be wimpy men, and if they do anything like Jeff was just talking about, they talk about toxic masculinity and all this mess. We're going to have a lot more about. They're going to have a lot more about this. We're going to have a lot more about this, guys. But right now, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and play the SHR Media promos, and they'll be back.
Before you do, can I just let you know, we've got a great gentleman who's joined us as well this evening, our very own Bigfoot. Bigfoot with his blogspot.com, and he's got a great. Check his webpage out. You'll love it. It's awesome. It's awesome. So I just want to let you know, Dave.
All right. Yeah, and welcome, Bigfoot. And now, guys, of course, the English Defense League radio show, if I can get my mouth around to talking, is affiliated with SHR Media in the United States now, and you guys can hear encore versions of this show now at the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com, and that is the show times for that are 1 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Time in the United States. That's 6 p.m. BST in the UK, and also Saturdays at midnight Eastern in the United States, and 5 a.m. on Saturdays in the UK. And you can also hear my stuff on the Western Free Radio Network. And the show is also available through the SHR Media YouTube page, but we're associated with them right now. We're going to run a few promos. These are about 3.5 minutes, guys. Please stay tuned. You are listening to the English Defense League radio show. Here we go, guys.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.